Devoted to amateur baseball, Perfect Game Weekly is on the road this week. We're in Hoover, Alabama at PG's High School Showdown, covering what is the opening of the high school baseball season. Hi there, folks, and greetings from Hoover, and welcome back to these ballparks. This is such a great spot. My name is Darren Sutton. Thanks for hanging out with us for PG Weekly. This event, Perfect Game's High School Showdown, in its 11th year. Let me give you a little bit of perspective. In its first 10 years, it has averaged 24 players drafted per year. You think about the big leagues, there are 17, it's only 10 years old, that have gone on to the major leagues. Some guys I might mention. How about Austin Riley? He played in this event as a high schooler, Mississippi's DeSoto High School. How about Jordan Walker, the #1 prospect in the Cardinals organization? He came here, Decatur High School out of Georgia. When you look at Daniel Espino, Guardians fans can't wait to get him there. He's their #1 prospect. He was here. This event, Georgia Premier Academy. With that in mind, we've got an incredible show. The future of the game right now. Cam Johnson, the #9 overall player in the 2023 draft. He blew up even more so at this event. His story is incredible. And then Konnor Griffin, Generation K, we're calling it, the face of the game in the 24 class, the #2 player overall. He comes here from Jackson Prep in Mississippi. So you've got IMG, you've got Jackson Prep, and then you've got Oxford High School in Alabama. A chance to get to know Sam Robertson. We caught up with him, his third time here. That's our show. It's an incredible one. And even though we took a trip here by airplane, we're going to get in the car. It's time for a road trip. Gas up, plug in. Here we go. Let's talk baseball. Let's start in Irvine, California, and PG's West version of the High School Showdown, where Donald Murray, a 2025 right-hander from La Mirada High School, was absolutely dominant. Over 6 innings, he gave up just 3 hits and struck out 18. Murray, coming off a no-hitter in his previous start, was up to 86 with the fastball. The slider, of course, filthy. Not too shabby, by the way, for a converted catcher. Speaking of catchers, Padres camp, Peoria, where a young man named Ethan Salas made his Cactus League debut on Saturday. What's the big deal, you ask? Well, Salas is just 16 years old and playing in a major league spring training game. Some perspective? The Venezuelan was in the 13U Select Festival just 3 years ago. His teammates and opponents that day are now starting their junior seasons in high school. Big things ahead for the Padres' #3 prospect. To Cardinals camp in Jupiter, Florida, where a guy just mentioned a moment ago, Jordan Walker, is making a case to head north with the big club. The #4 prospect in all of baseball leads the Grapefruit League in hits, average, slugging percentage, OPS, and extra base hits. Basically name an offensive category, and the 6'6", 250-pound, 20-year-old outfielder is sitting on the very top. The time appears to be now for the 2019 PG All-American Jordan Walker. Last stop on this trip, let's head north to Gainesville, the University of Florida, where Jack Caglianone is dominating college baseball in every way imaginable. First, on the bump, the 2020 PG All-American is 3-0 with a 1.77 ERA and 26 strikeouts over 20 1/3 innings as part of a very loaded Gators staff. Now, at the plate, he's become a monster in his sophomore season. Through his first 18 games, he's hitting .417 with 13 home runs, 30 RBIs, and an OPS north of 1,500. The two-way talent on display thus far this season, in a word, I'll go with it, Ohtani-ish. I might argue the best time of the year to take a road trip, whether it be high school, whether it be college, or spring training heading into the major leagues. When we come back, a man who might skip college and go right to spring training. Another long line of talented left-handers from IMG Academy. It's Cam Johnson, and he blew up here in Hoover. His story and the background on Perfect Game Weekly, presented by Rollins. More High School Showdown, Perfect Game Weekly, presented by Rawlings. When you think about the sacrifices athletes make to chase their dreams, they're plentiful, and we see them at Perfect Game, but there's no bigger sacrifice, really, for a family than sending their son away. See IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. It's a financial sacrifice, a geographical sacrifice. You leave home, and it's very difficult, but it's all about the development. And development, if you're a left-handed pitcher, has been front and center the last couple of years. See Drew Gray and Jackson Ferris and Mason Albright, a couple of Cubs now, and an Angel as well. Well, next up is Cam Johnson. This talented left-handed pitcher made the move from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and it's paid dividends ever since. Going back over his last 3.5 years, his fastball has jumped 23 miles an hour. I recently caught up with Cam and I said, hey, outside of baseball, what do you like? What do you hope to accomplish? He said, simply put, as I grow older, I hope to make the world around me a better place. I think that applies, unless you're a hitter.
I hope they see a very angry person. I hope they see a guy who's coming at you with conviction. I have no regard for, what day it is. I'm coming at you with attitude. My mind is empty. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm out there cruising, just relaxing. And it's just a bad day for the hitter. I'm a fierce competitor. I just like getting all the attention, the spotlight, being on the mound. Glove to the face, the windup, right foot steps back, left foot, digs in the rubber a little bit, the dirt, the leg lift, leading with the hip, move all the mass down the hill, good equal opposite, arm slides to 3/4, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock range, good push off of the back leg, front knee block, gloves tucked in, staying within my body, staying closed. I just throw it and let it eat. Here's my fastball grip. Before I step on the mound, I get a good grip on the ball, try to just feel the ball and know that, hey, this is going to be my best fastball these next 3 outs. Just throwing with conviction, throwing with purpose. Just make sure hitter they can't hit the movement. I just try to keep my arm slide up and just let it eat and let it run, throw with all I can and hope for the best. So previous years, before I started actually pitching, my arm slide would be lower. And that was kind of an issue for me. And so I would actually make it a little adjustment, like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and then make my arm slot 3/4 at 10 o'clock arm angle. It's more of a sinker. It runs, and it's like if you think about it, it's a strike to a ball. It looks like a strike, and then just last second it sinks. And that's the beauty of my fastball. I throw everything hard, but it's just something about it. I just let it eat, and then just let it move, and the grip is come out here and just let it roll off, and then it just has that movement, lateral 20-inch lateral movement. I would say end of 2019, going into my freshman year of high school, I realized that my body was starting to change, started getting more confidence. My dad was pushing me more, mom was in there, she was involved. Brother was involved as well, supporting me throughout the process. And then I saw, hey, I love this game. I started getting stronger. Like 9th grade year was my pivotal year. Just getting stronger, everything just started clicking in place. And that's when I started loving the game. And from there on out, I just started grinding and working my butt off. I made some new friends, made some new relationships with different coaches. I was trusting the process and what they were saying. It was fun. Just the whole Cam, this may be your sport. Just going throughout the years, it's awesome. And now here, just knowing that, hey, you're throwing 98, you're bringing it, your body is developed throughout the years, and you just got to keep on getting better.
Incredible athlete, incredible family, and a wonderful human being. Loved that conversation. Now, for the outing, last night at the high school showdown, the first 9 batters that he put in the books as outs were all strikeouts. It was 97 to 99 miles an hour. When it was all said and done, it was 5 hitless innings with 10 strikeouts. There was more than one major league executive right behind the backstop, and don't let one thing get lost on you. His catcher, Zion Rose, also going to be a high draft pick. Both players African-American, a proud battery dominating on behalf of IMG. When we come back, the story of a man who loves this event well as much as any because he is at home in Alabama. The Auburn commit Sam Robertson playing for the 3rd time in the Perfect Game High School Showdown. This is PG Weekly presented by Rollins. This is Perfect Game Weekly presented by Rollins, continuing at the Perfect Game High School Showdown here at the Hoover Met. For more than a decade, this has been a staple of baseball. Everyone knows this event. If you're from anywhere, Texas, East, you want to play right here at the high school showdown. And if it's your home state, like it is certainly for many schools, like Oxford, Alabama, an hour from here, you never miss it. And shortstop Sam Robertson of the Oxford Yellow Jackets, he never misses it. In 2021, his team, they were the champions in about A week after leaving, he committed to Auburn University, his dream school. In 2022, he came back. They didn't win it, but certainly he played very well again. Well, this year, what a great way to end as a senior his high school journey before heading off to the Plains and playing baseball at Auburn University. Not too long ago, Perfect Game's World Showcase, we caught up with Sam Robertson on his PG path.
Dovetail if you're watching. Shout me out. I love this bat. It's a triple. This game, why I kind of like this game is because it's a mental game. It's a very mental game, and I feel like once you learn to take control of your mental game part of it, because if you make an error or anything and you start getting in your head and you start thinking, oh, I'm down, I'm not good, whatever, it takes a toll on your ability. I just kind of challenge myself to be like, okay, I know I can go out and perform, but can I handle it mentally? So I feel like I challenge myself every day. Can I mess up, but can I still keep going forward? I'm from Oxford, Alabama. It's right between Atlanta and Birmingham, and my school is a 6A school, so it's a decent, pretty big town. We play in Birmingham all the time, and they got great athletes over there, and there's 7A schools, Hoover. I grew up only about an hour and a half away from Auburn, and I grew up going to the games and going to the football, going to the baseball games, meeting the coaches, meeting the players, and eventually I just fell in love with the tradition down there, and I just realized that that's where I want to go play college baseball at. Once I got to my sophomore season, they've been looking at me through the summer, and then the school ball season got here, and I went to the high school showdown in Hoover, Alabama, and they called me right before a game and offered me that day. And I played a couple games at the PG Showdown and then called the assistant coach up after one of the games and told him I would be committed and play the next 4 years there. It was a great experience. I feel like I'm a very good fastball hitter. I can hit high exit velo, 90 and 95, up from there. I feel like that's where my strengths are. What I've been working on these past years is being able to use the whole field as my advantage, being able to go oppo, middle, pull, and that's kind of where I've grown as a hitter. My infield, my biggest ability is my speed to be able to get to any ball, hit right, left, right to me, back. I've got my 60 down about almost a second. I've gotten a little bigger, my arms got a little stronger, I've got a little bit more power to my swing. I remember when I was like probably 2 or 3, I would just get in the yard with a little PVC pipe and a rock, and I would just throw it up and just try and hit it at a tree or something in my backyard. And I just progressively got bigger with my dad throwing a wiffle ball to me, or then hitting some off the tee for the first time. And then getting out on the baseball field and just seeing how far I can hit it just to try and get out the infield or anything. And then just progressively getting on to now, being able to go to the next level means a lot.
By the way, he's not going to be too far on the Plains from the family business, the restaurant, top of the river. They serve incredible catfish. They also serve mustard greens, and they're known for the special secret recipe of fried dill pickles. He'll get home quite a bit. The family, they've had the restaurant for more than a generation. Speaking of generations, a generational player. When we come back, we'll head back out to the quad. I'll have a conversation with Konnor Griffin. Now, he's not a Gen Zer. For him, we call him Generation K, as in Konnor. Konnor, as in Griffin. This is Perfect Game Weekly, presented by Rollins. We welcome you back to Perfect Game Weekly. We're presented by Rawlings. Hoover, the Met, down at the quad at Perfect Game's High School Showdown, and an opportunity to get to have a conversation with one of the top players in the 2024 class, Konnor Griffin.
Yes,
Konnor, thank you, man, representing your high school.
Yes,
Look,
sir.
this is fun. We see you at travel ball events all the time. You're representing Jackson Prep. How much fun is this event for you?
You know, it's awesome. Just coming down here and playing with the teammates, the guys you grow up with, you know, just having a lot of fun playing baseball. I mean, you can't beat it.
So this is neat, this prep, right? But I saw this prep just the other day, lifting a trophy. What a throwback. You play 2 sports. You just
Right.
won 15 points. How many rebounds did you get?
15.
Dude, you went 15 and 15?
I did.
So explain to me what that was like to win a basketball state title.
You know, playing multiple sports, it really benefits me. You know, playing basketball, just practicing every day with those guys and winning a state championship is one of the best memories I'll have. Especially finishing the season. I think we were 30-6. Had a really good season. So winning that championship for those seniors was amazing.
You're gonna get mad because they're supposed to be moving, but like boxing out in the boards, like if you're gonna get, like I'm 6'5", right?
That's right.
And so
Yes,
it's you just these elbows, bony.
Yeah.
Don't do it. I'm
Ripping
too old.
through. Yes, sir.
Okay, so 15 boards. That's incredible.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on that. What was that celebration like? Short because you had to come here?
Yeah, it was very short because the next morning I had to get up about 8 o'clock on our way to Hoover to come play in this tournament.
So I think about generations. You're Generation Z. Could call you Generation K because everyone in your family has the first name of K.
That's right.
But I think Generation Z, you're a guy that could step into that spotlight. So I'm curious because I think about my generation, everybody was watching Chipper Jones. You've heard of him, right?
Right.
So then you go to the millennials and everyone was busy watching Bryce Harper when he was this age.
Yeah.
Now they're watching you. How do you keep a level head with that? Because again, you're getting the same kind of attention as those guys were getting.
Right. You know, this game, you always got to play it with a lot of energy, just having a lot of fun. You know, that's what those guys did back then. I look up to those guys, and you know, those guys had all the spotlights and through high school and college and so forth. And now it's on me, and I just go out there and you know just play the hardest I can because you have people looking up to you. I want to show everybody who looks at me and watches me that every single time I step on that field, I'm gonna go 100% and you know give it all I got and have a lot of energy when I play, and you know just go compete.
Doesn't go to your head?
Never.
That's hard though.
It is. When you have cameras on you, you have eyes watching you. You could get caught up in it, but as a baseball player, you got to forget everything that's going on when you step on that field, and you know just give it all you got. Go out there and compete.
You had 100,000 TikTok followers yet?
Not yet. Right at 94,000.
Here's why I ask. On July 6th, and you remember that post, you made a post that was very clear. It had the word faith and it had the word fame, and the greater than were clear in between. Right. Faith greater than fame. Expound.
You know, I believe in a God who blessed me with wonderful baseball abilities, and without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at. You know, I give all the glory to him for everything that I've done, everything that I've accomplished.
You're actually using social media for a positive. Do you check yourself to make sure before you leave it out there? I don't understand it all, but do you think it through, hey, is this a positive reflection on me and my family? Because you are using social media for good. Right. Easy to rip it, right?
It is.
But you're using it for good.
It is, yeah. So you have to be really careful of what you put out there. I want my platform to be a positive platform. I want people to look at my social media and just think to themselves like, man, this guy he's the real deal, but he has a level head and he's humble and he's a big Christian, and I want people to see that. And you know, I could be cocky and put some arrogant stuff out there about the rankings and all of that, but I choose not to, because playing baseball, it's not about all that. It's about having fun and just going out there with your friends and just competing and, you know, trying to do the best you can. And I want people to see that I'm high in the rankings, but I'm also humble at the same time, and I want that to be a positive.
It can change in a minute. You know that. It can all change in a minute. You've worked hard to get to this point. You throw mid-90s on the mound. You had a beautiful approach in this field, driving a breaking ball off the wall. So you do both. You play shortstop. How long do you want to play both? We know the guy out in Anaheim does it. How long do you want to play both?
Hey, I'm going to do it as long as I can. I'm never going to tell a pitching coach or a hitting coach that I'm going to be done with it, because, you know, if I'm in the minor leagues one day and I'm struggling to hit, I'll always have pitching to go back to. And it's not every day that you can go out and swing a bat and hit good breaking balls, but I can always go out there and throw mid-90s and try to strike some people out as well.
I want to end this on a note of determination. What was it, about, I don't know, 7-8 years ago? You were in a really bad go-kart accident. Right. And as pretty as your face is now, it all turned out fine. That was something like 90, 100 stitches.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened briefly and how
Yeah.
you were playing within like a week.
Yeah, well, I was in Georgia at my grandparents' house, and my parents, they were back in Mississippi, and we were just spending about 2 weeks with our grandparents. And then me and my brother, we were racing go-karts, and he was on a motorcycle, and I got ahead of him, and I looked back to see where he was at, and then I hit one of those telephone poles with the wires coming down, and I went up it, got thrown out, hit my face on the wire, and it broke my nose, cut like my eye open, or not my eye, above my eye, cut it open, and I had to get 180 stitches that night. And my parents rushed to Georgia. It was crazy. I was within like a centimeter of losing my eye.
Wow.
It was crazy. But you know, a week later, we had a baseball tournament. We were still in coach pitch at the time, and my mom always tells me that the first thing that I asked when she got to Georgia and she woke me up, she goes, "Are you okay?" And all I said was, "Can I play in the baseball tournament like next week?" And I just have a love for the game. No matter what, I want to be on this field. This is where my heart is, and you know, that started as a little kid.
Thank you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
You got a game. Go. We'll
Yes,
see you
sir.
soon, all
Thank
right?
you. Appreciate
what an
you having me.
insightful conversation.
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable stuff coming back from all of that. We want to thank Sam Robertson for joining us on this show and his insights, what he brought to us as well, Cam Johnson, and the folks with Hoover, the Hoover Met, the coaches, the staff, all the families here at the high school showdown as well. If you want to find us, if you've caught us for just a moment on syndicated TV, our app is brand new and it's great, and we've updated it. Go to your app store on your smart device and visit perfectgame.tv. Get it on any app that you need right there on that device, 24/7, amateur baseball, sometimes softball, all the time. Want to thank all these great ones. We'll see you soon at the ballpark. I'm Darren Sutton, hanging out with us. Perfect Game Weekly. We're presented by Raleigh. See you soon.